to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Sega Magazine issue 1. This is from January 1994. £2.25. If you like this video, hit like or subscribe and I'll make more. So this is my first time doing this type of video and looking at any kind of magazine, and I thought it would be interesting to take a look at video game history back in the 90s, starting with Sega Magazine. Now this one is for Britain pretty much only, that as far as I'm aware it was for Britain. It was closely linked with Mean Machine Sega, had some of the same writers in it or the creators in it. Front cover, Eternal Champions. Now I believe this had just come out or was on its way out at the time, and it was probably one of Sega's big IPs at the time. Just starting off, first thing we are hit with, X-Men for the Mega Drive. I remember that game. Contents and showcases. A lot of the magazines in the 90s, this is how we got our information. And you can see there would be a lot of showcases on particular games. And this one, we got Eternal Champions, Street Fighter 2, and Toe Jam. I believe these are the showcase, so they gave it quite a lot of coverage. It is interesting to note that at this time in 94 that they were still reviewing Game Gear, Master System, and of course Mega CD. It was pretty new, though not that popular. There's the editors. I do remember Julian, he was from Mean Machine Sega, so anyone in the UK that collected those magazines will remember some of these creators. Look at that advert for Mortal Kombat. Vinnie Jones, he was the poster boy for Mortal Kombat, the bad boy footballer, well known in the UK. Street Fighter is coming. Street Fighter 2 is coming. So this was the Hyper Edition on Mega Drive that hadn't quite come out yet. There is a showcase in there. Alien 4, well, this was back in 94 and they were thinking about Alien 4 and it did actually happen eventually. What are we on? Alien 7 now, with various universe movies that have come out. The Alien MCU if you like. Those dodgy adverts for Sega. These were really cutting edge adverts, but they were kind of dodgy. I do remember this guy, I'm pretty sure he used to work in a shop in Tottenham Court Road, an exchange shop, which eventually went on to become CEX franchises. Ooh, some dodgy FMV games. Dracula, Prize Fighter, Ground Zero Texas. This was all new for us in 94. Virtual racing on the Mega Drive using the SVP chip, so completely new. This was a preview, so not in a review. I mean, it was mind-blowing at the time in 94 that your old Mega Drive could do this. Look at those graphics, nice and grainy. It is impressive the Mega Drive could do that. I do believe the Mega Drive was capable without the SVP chip to actually create polygons very crudely. So the SVP chip in itself was a good idea, and really if that came out before the 32X did, then it probably would have been a lot more popular. Quite a big preview, quite a good look at the game, good look of the angles. Some more previews. Era the Acrobat. I do remember it was popular, it wasn't something that I ever played. That Robocop versus Terminator advert when Virgin Games used to exist. I don't think it exists anymore. Another preview there of Jamming. Don't remember that. Or Jam It. Of course, an advert for Mean Machine Sega, because these two work closely linked. It was probably the same publisher. Here we go, the big showcase for Eternal Champions. And this is the Mega Drive version. This did come out on the Mega CD, though it was probably more popular on the Mega Drive. The Mega CD version was superior. I did actually have it. Had a lot of FMV videos. A lot of content was jammed into that game. It was a big game, and I'm surprised that it's never been remade. Blaze, my favorite. Oh, Shadow Blaze. I always get Blaze confused with someone else, but no, Shadow, that's it. Shadow Yamamoto. There you go, that's the second showcase for Street Fighter 2 Hybrid Edition. Now this was so much more better on the Mega Drive than Nintendo, sorry to say. This version was a lot faster and really suited to the Mega Drive. On the SNES it was so slow and sluggish, even though it had better sound and probably better color palette. This was, in my opinion, more playable on the Mega Drive. So interesting. This is how we got our information. So no internet. This is how we learned how to do combos. You grab one of these magazines and study it. Absolutely study it. That's the third showcase, which is Toe Jam and Earl. Now, I've never really got into this game, but another Sega IP. It was popular. I didn't understand it. It looked really kiddish, cartoonish, so it wasn't really for me. Some Sport Mania. There was a lot of sport games actually on console. I have to admit, I thought they were a little bit pointless because it never really felt like the real sport, but they were popular. Look at this. Love it. So this is a sneaky advert for Sonic 3. Doesn't say anything, just soon, and everyone knows who that is. I mean, that is... I haven't seen that in absolute years. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it ever before. Very interesting. Need for Speed, so I think they're comparing here, or showcase feature on what looks like Hang On and Afterburner. Ooh, some Master System games. Now this is a game that I never played. By this point I was already on the Mega Drive or even the Mega CD, so I wasn't really interested in the Master System at that point, but though I did have one. Deep Duck Trouble. Disney games were really popular back then. There really is something about this Master System design. I don't know why, I think it's still really nice. It's a Knockout, another showcase for Mega Drive. Again, I say there was quite a few sports games back in the 90s, they were really popular. Dixon's, which no longer exists in the UK. I believe that became part of Curry's or PC World, one or the other, but it no longer exists. Another retailer has vanished. I always found them very expensive. Ooh, tips. So this is probably one of the main reasons you'd buy the magazines, is to get some tips. There was no internet. There was no other way of finding out at a reasonable price anyway. You could go ahead and buy the official book for a game that may be released that could cost quite a bit, but in a magazine that cost £2, you'd get all the tips you needed for a lot of games. And there is quite a few, this being the first edition. They've really crammed in quite a lot. This could be quite useful actually because of retro gaming. I bet you a lot of people don't realize these tips and cheats still exist. Echo, that game was huge. You definitely need a cheat for that. And Decap Attack, what is that one? No cheat for that. That was just a rock hard game. Hey, Mortal Kombat cheat for the Mega Drive. Quite a few. I mean, they really have crammed in quite a lot of tips in this. What's this? Rocket Knight? Oh, that is such a good game. Turtles of the Hyperstone. That was so good. More tips. Every month, only £2.25. That's where all my money went. More tips. You must remember, this is for the Master System now though. You must remember to say there was no internet. Budget games. Now that's an interesting feature. Shinobi, at this point, Revenge of the Shinobi was probably coming in that budget game. Same for Hang On, because they were quite old at this point. Don't remember this, no idea what that is. Looks interesting. More budget games. And reviews. So at the back of the magazine, when you think about it, it's not that many reviews at this point. Eternal Champions coming at 95. Now this is the Mega Drive version. It's interesting that it was that high, and considering the game really wasn't that popular and it hasn't ever had a release since that I know of. 95%. I mean, it was good. It was very hard. It was probably more like a Neo Geo game with like the hardness of them. Some of the more popular sports games, so FIFA. FIFA was really popular in Europe and the UK. This was the game. US, they had all the Madden series. In the UK, we had all the FIFA series. Masters of Combat on the Master System. Yeah, at this point, I definitely wasn't playing anything on the Master System, so I don't remember this at all. Not bad score though. Flip here now. I do still have this on the Mega CD. This was quite a good game. It was a side-scrolling shooter, if you like, with some of your FMV sequence. I'm not sure how much it is to obtain this game now, but I think it's collectible. 85%. 88% for Toe Jammer now. So it was, you know, a highly regarded game. Again, a Sega IP that's never been kind of looked at or re-released in a new form anyway. Mean Bean Machine. That's Mean Bean Machine. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, and 91%. It looks like they've reviewed the Game Gear and the Mega Drive together. I don't know how they used to work out the scores when the Mega Drive's got 91, that's got 92 for the Game Gear. How interesting. Sensible Stalker. So like I said, they were pretty popular in the UK. 86. That's the Mega Drive version. Night Swarm. Don't remember that at all. 50. That's probably why. There was some trash out there. 79. See, games were so expensive back then that if it got a score of 79, it was practically doomed. No one was ever going to buy it. Unless it was in the bargain basement or the bargain bin. Jungle Book. Disney games, they were very popular. There was a lot of Disney games. Again, the scores are interesting. Game Gear and Master System are practically identical, and it's got 85 and 84. Lastability has got 1% more on the Master System version. Doesn't really make sense when you think about it. Deep Dark Trouble, another Disney game. Again, look at those scores. 1% different. I don't know what they were playing at. Now this one's most interesting. Probably one of the most underrated games on Mega CD. I had this and I played this to death. 87% is definitely not justified. This is definitely more of a 95, 98 in my opinion, because there was so much content in this particular game. I just think they just really didn't know how to play it, or they found it too hard. It was probably too Japanese for them, and they really wanted the more American version of Sonic 1, 2 and 3, which was definitely more catered to a Western audience. But this was like how Sonic should have been, if you ask me, if he was always going to be Japanese. Ooh, out now, Echo the Dolphin, Sonic Chaos, and Flash. North Flash. It's too good to be true. This is a play on a lot of the marketing. It used to be this good. Take Sega, if I remember rightly. Something like that. Rocket Knight Adventures, I had this. This is definitely a good score. It was definitely justified. It's definitely an A-rated game. More soccer games right on the back, and comment another retailer that has just vanished from the UK high street. Well, that brings us to the end of our look at Sega Magazine, issue 1, 1994. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe.